CNN's Donny O'Sullivan was at the latest Matt Gaetz and Greene traveling roadshow and talked to some of those following their lead. Donny, what'd you find?
Hey, Michael. Yeah, I mean, look, that event last night, that Greene Gaetz event, took place in Dalton, Georgia. And the last time we were in Dalton was actually 48 hours before the insurrection. And, you know, last night it was a bit like returning to Oz and the Wizard of Oz. There has been a new president inaugurated now, but so many of the people I spoke to were telling me the same things last night that they were telling me on the 4th of January earlier this year, when they were saying that Biden is not the fairly elected president of the United States, and people are still clinging on to this belief that Trump could in some way come back, and they are looking to the Arizona audit, they are looking to what's happening in Georgia, also in their own state, and clinging on to that belief that Trump in some way could come back, which of course it's being egged on by the former president. And look, I think it's easy for folks to look at this and to look at statistics that have came out in the past few days about how many Republicans and how many Americans believe in conspiracy theories like QAnon. But when they are watching a set of essentially MAGA media, and when they are listening to the president's allies on social media, that is their reality. Michael?
Donny, I'm curious to know, do you sense that there's a love for Marjorie Taylor Greene in settings like you were visiting last night? Or is that they so despise who they perceive her enemies to be that they sign up with her?
Yeah, you know, look, I mean, obviously we heard a lot this week about the atrocious comments that Greene made about the Holocaust. But I asked many people who were going into that event last night, which was in Greene's constituency, by the way, what they thought of those comments. And they like Greene, not despite those comments, they like her because of those comments. They view it as her speaking her mind. And I actually spoke to one woman who was on her way into the event last night, and here's what she had to say.
A lot of people don't like Greene.
That's okay, because you know what? A lot of people didn't like Jesus Christ.
Do you think she should apologize?
Actually, I don't know exactly what was said about the Holocaust as to what she said.
Yeah. She compared COVID restrictions to the Holocaust.
Well, I can understand that with Mengele, the Nazi, and how he used children and people to experiment with experimental drugs.
So you're talking about the vaccine?
Yes.
And obviously we should just point out what I was speaking to that lady about afterwards, that, you know, the Nazis weren't testing experimental drugs on themselves. You know, the vaccine's been taken by Trump himself. So obviously the comparison is totally ridiculous. But Michael, finally, I would just say that, you know, this all ties together. The big lie, these Holocaust comparisons, the anti-vax stuff, everything, it all ties together. It's all part of this one big conspiracy. You know, I think sometimes we talk about QAnon as if it's detached from the election lies, as if it's detached from the comments and anti-vaccine conspiracy theories, but it's not. It is all, for many of the people I meet out on the trail like this, it's all part of the one conspiracy, and it's all part of the one set of beliefs, and it's all part of a set of beliefs that, frankly, Republican leaders are not calling out.